So, Judge, we just want to address some of the questions that defense and you had yesterday. Defense was saying that he felt that interference statute was overbroad. We found case law saying that it's or vague, that it's unconstitutionally vague. We found case law.
Quick legal twist. When lawyers say a law is unconstitutionally vague, they're basically claiming it's too confusing for anyone to know what's actually illegal. But guess what? The prosecution just fired back with a case that completely shuts that argument down. Legal chess at its finest, move and counter-move.
Not unconstitutionally vague. It's from DeContal versus State. I've tendered it to defense. Can I approach Judge?
I gotta imagine that if it was unconstitutionally vague, someone would have challenged it, and it would have,
Well, maybe I haven't had my case yet.
Okay.
And I'm happy for you to make new law. Always.
Judge, I hand you DeContal versus State. I did. Just
DeCantel.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, look, it's out of Court 8 in Harris County. So why are you saying that there's no PC in this case?
Is there a PC for something else? Yes. Is there for the interference with public duties? No. I mean, because it's on video, it didn't happen, Judge. So they get calls for an assault, a disturbance, whatever.
You're telling me the fact that they're saying he goes plank in the car while
he doesn't
being arrested doesn't
he does
happen?
Not go plank. It's on video, Judge.
Would they say he uses his? I guess he uses
He's in
his
handcuffs.
The officer has to place his hand on the chest of the defendant to get the defendant to sit back in the car. He also has to grab his legs and push them back into the car. We also watched the video.
We watched the video and we have a timestamp, Judge.
Could it be that okay, so I know that a lot of times when they're putting a defendant into the car, they need help, right? They're unable to do it by themselves, or is he actively resisting getting into the car?
He tried exiting the vehicle, Judge. And that's why they had to push him back into.
Wait. Hold up. Did you catch that? The officer just charged him with resisting transport, but doesn't even seem sure why. That's like handing out punishment before figuring out the rule. What do you think? Does that sound like due process or a total mess up in action?
He leans forward. He's yelling at his mom. Record, call. The third time they have taken him out. This is 3 times. They put him in the car and they take him out so they can search him. The cop is sitting there going, oh, well, search him again. We can search him 20 times. If you feel you need to search him 20 times, search him 20 times for your safety. The cop doesn't even know what he's charging him with. DA hasn't been caught. The cop's sitting there going, we're getting you for resisting transport. Resisting transport. That is what the cop thinks he's taking of it. DA, Officer Singh, it's a 27-minute video, okay? At no point is the DA's office called to this point, okay? That happens after. Fine. For an assault, they can argue. I can argue case law. 4 v. State, specific articulable facts of crime may have occurred. Fine. They are there on an assault, okay? They didn't take an assault. So then they detain him, right? They find that he has the warrant. So, okay, you're taking him in on the warrant. Fine.
Judge, it's common for officers to conduct an investigation before they call intake. That's not an abnormal thing.
I mean, that's neither here nor there. But the question is he impeding the arrest or the function of arrest? Because I guess that you guys are basing the interference on the fact that he's not allowing him that, what's his name again?
Zenon, Your Honor.
Mr. Zenon is not allowing the officer to arrest him by putting him in the car.
Respectfully, Judge, the officer doesn't even have to be arresting him. They just have to be looking into any legitimate matter. And then he's interfering with that. And I will say, if he'd already been in the car 3 times, like defense pointed out, I would think he wouldn't need help getting in. So to us, it appears as though he's trying to push out. The officer has to put his hand on his chest to push him back into the car and then take his legs and place them into the car.
He was cooperative the whole time. He's on his mom. If anyone's aggressive, it's the cop from the beginning.
Judge,
and I ask at the court's discretion, watch the video. You only need to watch like 2 minutes, the 13 to 15 minute mark, Your Honor. I mean, that's all you really need to watch on this.
Judge,
we can watch the video, Judge.
Cue it up. Let's watch.
I'm just turning the volume up, Judge, as well.
He talking about don't let him pull up. They talking about I got a warrant out for Fort Bend County for assault. Look, he pushing me. Mama, record it. Mama, look. Mama, look. Record him. Now you're under arrest. I'm under arrest. Yo, you got a new charge, Bubba. Resistant transport. Resistant? I wasn't resistant. You just resisted transport. Yo, you going to jail.
What the hell is that?
Listen, now you got a new charge. Yo.
Come on.
Thank you,
Police
Judge.
officers are working intake day.
Really? That's it?
That's it, Your Honor.
That's the relevant portion that defense is.
Oh, come on.
The officer is investigating a legitimate.
I know, but no. All right, I'm
Do
with
you
you.
see why I'm so upset, Your Honor?
All right.
Okay. Thank you.
You can refile this as resisting.
Yeah, look, yeah, I mean, you're not gonna hurt our feelings. You need to do what you need to do. Perhaps it was the wrong one, but yeah. Was it resisting?
Nope.
My name is Bennett and I ain't in it. But no PC.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Jail and or a $4,000 fine.
On April 20th, 2025, in Harrison County, Texas, a law enforcement officer was dispatched to a disturbance of a weapon call at a hotel. The hotel staff said that an unidentified third party alerted them that the defendant had a weapon. The defendant was detained, and a witness told the law enforcement officers the defendant had a backpack behind a bush prior to the law enforcement officers' arrival. The backpack was recovered, and a handgun was found in the backpack. The defendant is currently 19 years old.
You like Skip. How do they know the backpack was his? What was he doing wrong?
There was a witness, Your Honor, that stated that they saw the defendant hide the backpack behind a bush. And the hotel staff was able to identify the defendant as the individual that they were told had a gun. And that's what the officer.
Was he just standing while black or something? What's he doing wrong?
They were just alerted.
No. I'm gonna find no probable cause in your case, Mr. Narcisse. Be careful, man. So many out there out to get you, put you down. Hang tight for me.
We're approaching on Mr. Jeremiah Cummings. That's the one about the deadly conduct.
I don't remember. I mean, I don't remember what I had for breakfast, so you're gonna have to refresh my memory. What happened?
Yes, sir. I'll just read the summary. On April 11th, 2025, in Harrison County, Texas, an officer was dispatched to a family disturbance call and met with the complaining witness. The complaining witness said that an argument occurred between her and the defendant, and that the defendant grabbed his handgun and held it in his hand as his anger intensified. The complaining witness left the apartment due to fear, returned to the apartment and contacted the sheriff's office to report the incident. When the officer approached the defendant, he said, "I'm not talking, I'm answering questions." Gathered his things and grabbed a handgun and placed it in his hand. The officer then drew a weapon and said, shoot me then. The deadly conduct, Your Honor, is alleged based on the fact that the defendant was holding the gun during the argument with the complaining witness.
Does that mean that if anyone ever gets into an argument and has a gun in their hand, that they're literally, I mean, theoretically guilty of a deadly conduct just by virtue of, and then what kind of argument can it be? What level of discourse must there be for someone to be,
Right, and
that can't be the law.
Talk about this one where it's not a terroristic threat or an hang-off, and nothing was really said. It was like the point is, at her. We have also spoken.
So think about this. Like, let's say you and I are arguing, right? And I'm mad at you, and I just, I get the gun just to put it somewhere else,
Right. I get it. And I mean, wasn't charged as an ag.
I get it, but
we have spoken to the complainant. I think I remember last time with this case, you wanted to hear from the complainant. Just before you made a PC.
do you have anything else?
She said he had a gun,
Is he here?
No,
He's not
he
here?
waived his appearance.
Right. I remember. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna find no problem.
Right. Did you want to also then speak to Mrs.
Come up, ma'am. You tested positive for meth. I can't let you go. That's just it's too much. I have to revoke your bond, ma'am.
I don't do nothing. I'm prescribed.
I just tested you. You tested positive for meth.
Yes, sir, but the medication that I'm taking, that's why I've been trying to get it.
Adderall doesn't test positive for meth. Show me a study. Show me something that says Adderall tests positive for meth, but no.
Myth-busting moment. No, Adderall doesn't show up as meth on a drug test. But here's the kicker. Courts do expect total honesty about prescriptions, especially under pretrial supervision. This is where health, law, and personal choices collide, and the outcome can change everything.
Believe that's a good, I mean, I'm in pre-trial, it's just. Have you heard of Adderall testing positive for meth?
I have not heard.
No. You're supposed to give, when you're being supervised by pretrial, you're supposed to give them any and all prescriptions that you're taking so that they can cross-reference any positives with any kind of drugs that you're taking. Adderall doesn't test positive for meth.
That's not the only thing that I'm taking, sir.
So when she was in court the first time, she really was, in a blank state.
I get it.
mean,
I'm not
and-
talking.
And so at that time, when I asked about all the different prescriptions, she was very like scatterbrained. She was able to provide me with the prescriptions that they gave her when she went to the hospital for the assault.
So let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. I will give, you can give that to them so they can check it out to see if there's something that would possibly test positive for meth. But I just don't think there is. You're not, I've ordered you not to use alcohol, illegal drugs, you're not to use. There may be things that happen in our lives. You're supposed to find a good way to be able to deal with, PTSD. We all have it. We all do. But you have to find a positive way to deal with things. And illegal drugs is not it, especially when you're on bond for a very serious crime. So take a seat from the jury box. I will have them check it out to see what, if anything would.
She's already provided prescriptions that she has when she went to test.
I don't know, maybe she has something different. And have you looked at all those prescriptions?
I mean, all that's been disclosed of the prescription.
Okay, ma'am, take a seat for me in the jury box. I need you to understand that in life, right, we're not going to continue to hope and pray that something bad doesn't happen. We sometimes have to take proactive measures to ensure. You just had one dismissed. You've now picked up another one. If I were to plead you to time served, another proverbial slap on the wrist, and now we're going to let you go out there and hope that you don't kill someone or maim someone or you don't pick up another one, No, that's like the definition of insanity, wishing that something, over and over, just with a different result. No, this is proactive because here we can see what the issue is. We don't want you to come back with another DWI or much more kill someone because, look at the news. Every day someone dies from a DWI and it's just not fair when it's so freaking preventable by one damn button on your phone. How much money have you spent on both DWIs so far where one button and a $40 fee would have gotten you from A to B? You know what I mean?
Sir.
That's now what we have to do to intervene in hopes that you learn from this so it doesn't happen again. So you've worked out an agreement where they're offering you 1 year in jail and this to be probated for 15 months. As part of this, you will do a repeat offender DWI education class, a victim impact panel, a TRAS, which is an evaluation to see what are the conditions you may need if you need other conditions. If they assess them, you must fulfill them. No drugs, no alcohol, no breath test refusal, meaning that if you're pulled over, an officer asks you to submit a breath test, you must do it while you're on this probation. Guardian interlock, 25 hours of community service, and a $100 one-time donation to Mothers Against Drug Driving. You have children.
No, but I have a 13-year-old brother that relies on me.
Okay. If he does a parenting class, then I'll consider the community service way. The idea, all we want is that you learn so that you, in 20 years, this has made enough of an impact on you that you think twice. Oh man, shit, that was such a bad experience. I don't want to do that again. It's either jail or it's a crap load of fines and fees. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
If you ever have a problem while you're on this probation, all you have to do is come back, let us know. We can work through anything. There's nothing too big, nothing too small. But the worst possible thing you can do is drive without a license or insurance, start using, or pick up another DWI.
Sir.
You understand?
Yes, sir.
The other thing that if you just take off, abscond, that's also it's an instantaneous warrant. If you violate this probation, that's what we do. We issue a warrant. We have a hearing to determine whether you violated it. If you do, you're looking at an entire year. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You give up the right, you're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you are not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty to this offense, this is going on your record now. It'll be there for the rest of your life. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
From now on, you're facing a minimum of 90 days in jail. You ever pick up another one. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
And I'm going to tell you now, you get pulled over, an officer, the first thing they do is they look at your record. They're going to see DWI, DWI. What do you think they're going to do? Do you think they're going to harass and harangue the hell out of you? Every time you get pulled over. And if they smell anything funky, it's probably not going to go well. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Is it true or untrue that you had a 0.15 or above in this case?
It's true.
True to the enhancement. All right. How do you plead to the office? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
I'm going to find you guilty. I'm going to follow this agreement. I'm going to send you to it. I'm not going to suspend your license now, but I'm going to tell you, can you look up his license, please, to see if it's suspended?
Judge, I'm sorry, I missed his name.
Arredondo.
It is not eligible, Your Honor.
Okay. So you will be signing a non-driving affidavit. If you drove here today, you are not allowed to drive home. Your license is suspended as of this time. If we catch you driving without a license, I'm going to lose it. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Do not drive. You are required to have a guardian interlock, and every officer, because we send notice to DPS, every officer in the state knows if they pull you over and you don't have an interlock, you're going to jail. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
That's for the traffic, right? That's why it's ineligible, right? So traffic.
I believe so. I took care of those yesterday. So.
Judge, I believe his license may be showing ineligible due to a traffic ticket. If we can get that sorted, can we come back and?
I'm okay with an occupational as long as he's in compliance, okay? The other thing is this, is he is now taking a subsequent DWI education class. DPS is probably going to suspend your license regardless because of a subsequent DWI education class, if you've already taken it. Did he do a diversion and it got dismissed? As part of the diversion, you have to do a DWI education class. Subsequent ones get your license suspended. So I would check with DPS first. Don't just start driving, when you take care of that ticket, because they're going to probably suspend your license again. And this time it may be like a 2-year suspension. I'm okay with an occupational as long as he's in compliance.
Yes, sure.
And he has an interlock first. Yes. Okay. All right. So we're going to have you meet with Shatori for all your conditions, and then good luck to you, sir.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you. So you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and a $2,000 fine.
On March 1st, 2025, the officer observed a white Honda CR-V involved in a minor accident. The defendant was traveling southbound on Dennis Street when he struck a 2016 gray Lexus. The defendant admitted to consuming alcohol recently, and standard field sobriety tests were administered. HGN 4 out of 6, walk and turn 6 out of 8, one leg stand 3 out of 4. The defendant refused breath.
Right. He admitted to consuming alcohol recently. So what?
And Your Honor, there are no other indications of intoxication listed in the DIMS.
No slurred speech, no bloodshot eyes, no,
We don't have that.
not even an odor of alcohol.
No, Your Honor.
Your Honor, what we do have is that there's an accident and when another officer told him that he thought that the defendant was intoxicated, we don't know what that other officer observed.
Right.
Based on the DIMS facts.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to find no probable cause. Mr. Medrano, hey, be careful, man. I mean, look, every single day, someone dies from an alcohol-related collision in our county. Every single day. $50, $40, Uber, anywhere you want to go. Don't matter where you want to go. You know what I mean?
So.
You're charged with driving while intoxicated. You are facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine.
On March 1st, 2025, the officer was dispatched to a major crash on Ella Lee Lane in Harris County, Texas. The witness stated he heard a loud crash coming from outside his residence and observed the defendant's vehicle crashed into a blue Subaru. The witness observed the defendant sitting in the driver's seat of a red Toyota Corolla and removed the keys and smelled an odor of an alcoholic beverage and bloodshot eyes. The officer observed an odor of an alcoholic beverage, bloodshot eyes, and slurred speech. The defendant stated he had consumed 4 margaritas and standard field sobriety tests were conducted. HGN 6 out of 6, walk and turn 8 out of 8, one leg stand 4 out of 4. The defendant did not consent to breath, and a blood warrant was signed and executed.
Mr. Menchu, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with your case. Any prior WIs and a license?
No prior, Your Honor, and there's no license on file.
Mr. Menchu, I don't know what your immigration status is, but if you're not in this country with permission and you go to jail and immigration finds you because they sweep it on a daily basis, they will put a detainer on you and you will be stuck like Chuck in custody until this case is over with, and then you will be shipped off to immigration. Heed this warning. You will not get another. I see it happen every day where people get ICE hit detainers and they sit in custody for 6 to 9 months. I'm now putting conditions on your bond. If you violate these conditions, then I will put you in jail. The first condition is you are not to drive. If you do not have a Texas driver license and liability insurance, then you're not allowed to drive. I don't care what is going on in your life. I don't care if there's a burning building and you have to save 50 people, babies, whatever. Do not drive. The next condition is you're not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs. I will randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol and or illegal drugs, likewise, your bond will be revoked and will go into custody. Pre-trial services is going to call you to go take a test. If you fail to show up for the test, then a warrant will issue for your arrest. Do you understand what's expected of you?
Yes.
You get no more warnings. If you don't believe me, ask Marcos. He'll tell you good and well. For now, I will have you come up to us here, swear to us that you're not going to drive. I will get you to Ramona where you will sign a reset. After that, you will get Felicia for your bond conditions. Then you're free to go. Thanks, Marcos.